Welcome back to the world's greatest football store. These are the Adidas Predator 25 Elite FT, and in today's video we are going to go through the entire release pack from Adidas and talk about all of the new tech and features of these incredible looking football boots. Let's hop into it. All right guys, let's get started with the unboxing experience. It is a slightly different design from the previous generation Predator and really Adidas boxes in general. You have the Adidas football logo here embossed in this metallic black colorway with the 3 stripes on the top, and then as you get the box open, you are greeted with a very cool champagne style Predator string bag with the new kind of wave graphic here as well, which will be reflected in the new grip control elements on the instep of the upper. Very, very nice, good quality bag with the red accents, an awesome touch from the Adidas brand. Now inside you get some new paper as well. My guess is that this is a special edition type of paper for this particular release. My guess is that it won't continue moving forward, so you definitely want to get your hands on a pair of this, not just for the paper obviously, but for this amazing colorway which you can see here in this boot. So this is an homage to the Champagne Pack colorway, which we saw originally on the Predator Mania. Red tongue, amazing kind of off-white base with the black grip elements, and then the white sole plate or off-white sole plate with the Predator logoing as well. This is one of, if not the best colorways from the Predator range in my opinion right now, and moving forward I think this is a great start to the 2025 silo. All right, before we talk tech, let's actually jump into the studio, and I want to talk a little bit about this entire pack and some of the different options you get in this beautiful colorway, including some street football, some turf football, and of course the non-tongue version and the laceless version. Let's jump into it. All right guys, in the studio now, and I want to go through all of the different Goal Hunter pack models that we have here at Ultra Football. Some really great options for both on and off pitch, and of course on the court as well. So let's start off with the Elite models. So these of course are the Predator Elite models. You have the LL or laceless here, you have the regular Elite, and then you have the FT or fold over tongue. My favorite is easily this one, and it's not because of any performance benefit that the tongue gives you, but the aesthetic that this gives you is absolutely sensational. In my opinion, it is the best Predator colorway, bar maybe the David Beckhams that have come out for the recent 2 generations of football boots, and I'm so glad they went with this new design with the colorway and sort of this wave that goes through the upper. I think it looks absolutely incredible. So that is definitely my favorite of the 2. But from a performance perspective, the Elite model is probably the top tier one because you don't have as much weight, and I'm talking about maybe a couple grams for the tongue. So this is basically just a no distractions hardcore Predator for those of you who want a Predator but want the most aggressive, most crazy performing version. This is probably the one that I would go for. An excellent choice that gets all the same tech as the FT. And then moving on to the laceless model, for those of you who are into laceless football boots, you get a prime knit collar area here, which extends into where the lacing system would be, as opposed to the standalone tongues that you get on the regular Elite model. You have the prime knit that gives you a mono sock like feel. So you're really gonna slip in there and feel super secure, and it'll give you that really nice laceless boot feel that you are going for if you are on the market for something like this. Now moving over to my right hand side is the Indoor Pro and the Freestyle model. Now the Indoor Pro is really geared towards players who are playing futsal, and it's got a really nice aggressive rubber traction on it, so you're not going to slip at all on those indoor courts playing futsal. It's got a decent amount of lockdown in the midfoot as well for those hard cuts, and especially when you're on a harder surface, you want your feet to stay planted on that rubber outsole as well. Some really nice design and colorway that mirrors the rest of this Goal Hunter pack with the red tongue and sort of that off-white with the black accents there. So a really nice offering for the new Predator Indoor Pro. And then you have the Freestyle, which is a really cool looking pair of sneakers that can kind of do everything. You do have a little bit of traction on the bottom, so it would be probably fine for an AG surface. This isn't meant as a football boot necessarily, more of a street style type sneaker that you use for juggling around a city or doing street style balling or stuff like that. So this is a really cool offering. This is one that I'm actually personally gonna probably pick up because I think these just look awesome. And with the red accents, you can put some really cool like t-shirt combos or something with sneakers and a pair of shorts or a pair of pants or something like that. So a very, very cool offering, the Predator Freestyle, to wrap up this amazing looking Goal Hunter pack. I cannot express how awesome this looks in my opinion. I think this is easily one of the better Adidas colorways in a really long time. So without further ado, let's jump back on the pitch and talk all about the tech of the Predator FT. So as far as tech goes, let's start with the upper. Now there are a lot of subtle changes they've made to the overall materials and quality of this football boot without changing too much of the design that made the Predator 24 really, really incredible. Now, starting off with the hybrid touch, you do still get this hybrid touch upper. It is really nice and soft, but this new generation, if I take the paper out, is absolutely incredibly soft. I would say almost as much as the messy F50s in that hybrid touch as well. They have made it slightly thinner feeling and very, very soft to the touch. And I'm really looking forward to getting this upper on feet because I imagine it's gonna mold to my foot, which is a little bit wider straight away. Next, let's talk about the sole plate, which is the same Control Frame 2.0 sole plate that we got on the previous generation as well. Pretty much a case of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is a fantastic sole plate in my opinion. It's got a great amount of flexibility and snapback to it. It's relatively flat as well, so you're gonna get a really nice and grounded sensation on the pitch. And for me, these triangle shaped studs with the little rounded edges do a really nice job of digging into both artificial grounds like the one I'm playing on here and also firm ground as well. These will eventually, I imagine, come in an AG and or an MG model similar to last generation, but for now you guys can rest assured that these are going to perform super well on whatever pitch type you decide to play on. All right, now talking about the grip elements, which of course is the updated strike skin material here on the instep and a little bit on this FT tongue. Now, from an aesthetic perspective, I think this actually looks a lot better because it follows the lines of these red accent marks that flow throughout the entirety of the instep and the lateral side of the boot. Really gives it kind of a Predator Pulse-like look, even though obvious colorway reminiscent of the Predator Mania. Now, from a performance perspective, these are going to be a little bit less aggressive than the previous generation, and for some of you that will be fantastic. For others, you might find it to be not as grippy as the previous generation, which is totally fine. It's a personal preference. In my opinion, I think this suits the look of the boot a lot better, and from a performance perspective, it didn't affect my playing that much as well. And so you can rest assured you're still gonna get that Predator edge, if you will, without some of the crazy grip that you might have got or stickiness that you might have got from the previous generation. And overall, I just think this looks and feels incredible on ball. One of the things you also get is a removable sock liner, which has a really cool curved kind of flowy design to it, similar to the rest of the football boot. It has a decent amount of padding to it. Rest assured you're gonna be perfectly comfortable inside. They don't come with a second pair of insoles like the Messy F50s or the regular F50s do, so just be aware of that as well if you're planning on purchasing a pair of these. We will have a ton of pairs in store both here and in Sydney, and of course we can ship Australia wide as well. This is a pair of boots that I am so excited to have in hand. One, because of the overall construction staying relatively similar to the previous generation boots, which I absolutely loved. It was one of my boots of the year for 2024, and this is probably going to be the top boot for 2025 as well, simply because of the general shape, the softness of this new hybrid touch upper, the heel area that's been slightly modified and updated to feel a little bit tighter around your Achilles tendon, which gives you that locked in sensation, and of course in this iconic FT design with the champagne pack colorway. There's really nothing you can go wrong with picking up a pair of these from the Ultra Football store or online down in the description box below. Now, from a performance perspective, these are also excellent, creating a nice amount of lockdown. For wider foot shapes, these are going to be perfectly suitable, particularly in the forefoot, because it's got a little bit more volume in that forefoot without feeling overly voluminous, if that makes sense. And then from a opening perspective here in the ankle area, you're going to get a really nice amount of lockdown with a lacing system that actually goes a little bit higher than last generation as well. So they've extended it just ever so slightly. That makes the ankle feel a lot more secure, in my opinion. So overall, an excellent, excellent pickup. All right, guys, that is going to wrap up today's video of the absolutely stunning Predator Elite FT for 2025. This is an absolute must pick up, especially in this champagne colorway. I think it is absolutely beautiful. In my opinion, it's the best Pred colorway so far, aside from maybe the David Beckham edition. But regular release edition, these are top, top, top. You gotta come pick them up at Ultra Football, down in the description box below online, or of course in our Sydney or Melbourne stores. And who knows, I might actually be in here filming something. So come say hello and come hang out here in store. Now, if you guys are interested in more content, subscribe to the Ultra Football YouTube channel. Go follow us on Instagram at Ultra Football. And of course, my name is Noah Kavanaugh, and I'll see you guys next time at the world's greatest football store.